So wonderful. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our webinar here on YouTube on the channel on SabioTrade. I'm really glad to have you here because today we want to dive really deep into a special topic, how to use a trend for successful trading. How to use a trend for successful trading. And to answer this question, we need to know, how does the trend develop? Where does the trend come from? And how we can take advantage of using a trend or this development of a trend. So if you have any questions, feel free to type in the chat box. I can see it here on my chat in my screen, and I can answer all your questions. First of all, we want to say thank you to SabioTrade that we can do this for you. It's me, Markus from How Trading. I'm a trader for 25 years. I do trading for a living for 25 years now. I'm also a teacher and mentor. And the thing what I love to do is to help people to become successful with trading. And this is my job. I'm a trader, of course. I trade in day trading and I do swing trading. But in the first place, I'm a trend follower. And this is what I want to show you today, how to use a trend for successful trading. Okay, I would say we jump into the information. And first of all, we need to answer the question, how does the trend develop? So, and for that, I want to show you something. And the first thing what you need to know is, where does everything starts in trading? And you know, we use our software here on SabioTrade. But before I come to that and to show you how to use the trend for successful trading, we need to answer Forex Striker. Thank you for being here. Hello, sir. We need to know, how does the trend develop? And you should know that trading basically is a game of mathematics. It's a zero-sum game. It's easy to understand if you trade, for example, shares, and you want to buy 2 shares, then someone have to sell it. So you have 2 shares, the opposite does not. So this is a zero-sum game. If you trade DAX, then you buy a DAX future, and someone has to buy it, someone has to sell it. So it's a zero-sum game at the end. If you trade in Forex trading, for example, you trade euro dollar and you want to buy euro, then someone has to sell dollar. At the end, it's a zero-sum game. That's very important. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. I can see it here. So whatever you do in trading, if you work with charts, at the end, everything starts and ends in the order book. Every product which is traded in the markets around the world has an order book. It doesn't matter if you have an insight or not. There exists an order book, even in Forex, in the liquidity pools. We don't have insights to those order books, but basically there are always order books. And here you have a deep insight. For example, that's the DAX, German DAX future. And here on the right edge of on the right side, here, for example, you can see this is, this is the order book. So, and here you can see how it really works. So in the middle, you have the price. And this is really interesting and really interesting information, because people used to think, or tend to think, if you trade Dow Jones, or if you trade the DAX or S&P 500 or NASDAQ, they think in points, 18,612 points, or 34,800 points in Dow Jones. But unfortunately, this is a false information. We're talking about the price, which means we have to pay 18,800 euro for one DAX future contract. If you trade the Dow future, for example, then you have to pay $34,000 for one future contract. That's not points, that's a price. In trading, you always trade the price, never the product as itself. You always trade the price. So, and then we have in the middle, you can see it here. You can see it here. In the middle is the price. And on the left side, there are the buyers with their volumes. And on the right side, there are the sellers with their volumes. So everything starts in the order book. There is a price, and we have buyers, and we have sellers. And there is no information about the reason why someone want to buy or why someone want to sell. This is not the job of the stock market or of the access of the markets of the exchange. It doesn't matter which market it is. The job or the task of any kind of exchange around the world is to create a new price based on the volume between buyers and sellers and keep that in balance. And if you have more volume on the seller side, the price is going down. And if you have more volume on the buyer side, the price is going up. There is no further reason. Yeah, there is no further reason, just only the price and the volume from buyers and sellers. So that's the first information when we talk about how to use a trend for successful trading. Because therefore we have to clarify, first of all, how does the trend develop? Yeah, this is the first information. Mr. Prince, thank you for your question. I want to know which are the best indicator to know the trend. Unfortunately, to be honest, there is no indicator. You have to learn how to draw the trend by yourself, because indicators are based on any kind of other indicators. Yes, I know there are some indicators like zigzag indicator or whatever there is, but unfortunately, we're talking about math. And I show you today how you can draw the trend by yourself. Just a little bit scratching on the surface, but I show you today how to draw it. There is no indicator, no indicator. It is impossible. There is no indicator who shows you the trend exactly by the top and the lows. There is no indicator. You have to learn it by yourself. There is always a kind of direction, yes, but if you want to exactly know the trend, then you have to learn to draw it. And this is what I'm doing as a teacher in my Know-how community and in the course, that you learn how to draw the trend. So this is the basic information about the order book. So, and the second one is, this is the time and sales list. Here on the left side, on the right side, there is the time and sales list. What does that mean? So you see in the first row, there is the time, then the size, and then the price. So that means when the job is done from the exchange, then we know, okay, for example, at a price of 18,601 euro by one future contract, not points, at 6:09 and 32 seconds, one contract purchased between buyers and sellers. Yeah. Or maybe at 18,601 also 5 contracts were purchased and changed between buyers and sellers. And whenever we have a new price, there is a visible legacy of the order book. And this is the so-called tick chart. So whenever we have a new price, we have a tick in the chart as a visible legacy. We call it the first visible legacy after the order book is the tick chart. And as we have no time in trading and in the order book except the time stamp, not the time frame, the tick chart also has no time. The moment we have a new price, we get a tick in the tick chart. That's all. So in the tick chart, respectively, the visible legacy from the order book gives you the information, the first visible information about a trend. How is it? It's simple. Look, you have here a top and you have here a low. So you have here a top and there is a low. There is a top and there is a low. You see that? It's really simple. And at the end, you can draw. That's a move. That's a correction. That's a move. Yeah. And there is a correction. And that's the next move. And then there is a correction. You see? And it's really simple. So you cannot use an indicator because no indicator can exactly work on the information of the order book. Yeah, this is why so many people are wrong with the trend following system because they think they can use any indicator. No, you have to learn how to draw the trend by yourself in the product you use and in the time frame you use. So you see, even in the order book, based on the visible legacy in the tick chart, we can see how the trend is going. And even in the tick chart, we can say, okay, we can buy high, we can sell high and buy cheap. We can sell high and buy back cheap. And if we go now a little bit more into the history, the more I go into the history, the more I scroll together. You see it? You see it? The more you can see how the trend develops. It's really, really simple. But the tops and the lows, guys, is not made by an indicator. The tops and the lows of the move and the correction is made by the numbers of the order book and not by an indicator. This is very important because, as you can see here right now, that was the last price. At this price, sellers were not willing to sell deeper. The buyers come back. At that point, the order book has to bring a higher price because the volume changed from sellers to buyers. So, and then there was the next correction. There was the top price. There was a top price. There was a top price. No indicator can help you there. You have to draw it by yourself. So at this price, there was the changing from supply and demand. At that price, they changed from buyers to sellers. At this price, they changed the volume from sellers to buyers and back. And at the end, you can see, okay, it's a move, it's a correction, it's a move, it's a correction, move and correction and move. You see, this is how the trend is developed, and not with an indicator. So, but of course, you might say, yeah, but tick chart, I don't have information about the tick chart because I use the SabioTrade platform. I have to bring it into the time frame. So where does the time frame come from? Trading is not working with time. Just as I mentioned, we have a time stamp in the order book. So where does the time frame come from? Simple, from you. It's just from you. So whatever you want to change, whatever you want to choose, it's just up to you. If you say, I want to see the 1 minute chart, or I want to see the 3 minute chart, then you say, practically spoken, you say to your software, please show me what happens in 3 minutes in the order book. Please show me what happens in 5 minutes in the order book. Please show me software. Show me. You make the decision, not the exchange, not trading as itself. You, as a trader, You make the decision what you want to see. And you can say to your software, please show me what happens in 1 hour in the order book. And then the software, for example, if we use here our SabioTrade software, yeah, for example, and here we can change to normal candles, for example, yeah, then you can see, okay, this is now a 2, let's take whatever 5-minute chart, whatever, yeah, and then you can see, okay, in that period here, in this one, let me mark it for you. In this period, for example, we had more buyers than sellers because the candle is green. Yeah. If you see that candle, then you see, okay, it's red. We had a kind of more sellers volume. Yeah. So, or if you use this candle, okay, we had more in that 5 minute, we had more volume on the buyer side than on the seller side. So, and this is the way how you can see now how does the trend develop in the time frame you have chosen, not the software and not trading. You choose the time frame you want to see. Yeah. So, and then you see the tops and the lows is not made by an indicator. It's made by the order book. And you say, please show me what happens in 5 minutes. And then the software shows you what happens in 5 minutes, but the tops and the lows come from the price in the order book and not from an indicator or not from a support and resist or something else what you find online. It's always made by the order book, by price and volume. That means, for example, in practice, yeah, at that price, yeah, at that price, if you would go back to the tick chart, we could exactly at that price, yeah, the price level turns, the volume come back to the buyer side, yeah, and at that price, 18,477.61, at that price, the sellers came back with the higher volume. Yeah. So, and this is how you can draw basically the trend. So this is a move. Yeah. This is a correction. Yeah. So, but now you can see, and this is the hard thing. What's about in between that? What's about here? What is this? So this is what we call market noisy. And this is why we use at How Trading and in my education service, why we use Heikin Ashi. Because as a trend follower, and if you want to use the trend for successful trading, you can make it way easier. Because this normal candles shows you it's not really, how should I say, calm. Yeah, it's everything, it's market noisy there. So we want to make it a little bit more smooth. Yeah, so you go to the chart type, yeah, and you go to Heikin Ashi, yeah, and then you see there it's way easier to see and recognize the trend. How can we change the color of the chart? This is really simple. Look, Mr. Singh, you see there is here on the lower side, there is a wheel. You can see this wheel? Do you see that wheel here on the lower side? You see that? Can you give me a yes or no? Do you see that wheel here on the lower side? Yes, great. Okay, so if you click on this link of this wheel, and you go to the upper side, and there you have the theme settings. Yeah, and here you can click on a low, yeah, or this one, or a little bit more gray. Yeah, that's just if you don't like the bright one, yeah, and you can click here on the theme settings, and you can say, please show me the map of the world in the background or not. This is just up to you. Yeah, so and here you can change also, for example, the interface language and something like that. Yeah. So this is how you change the chart. And if you want to change the color of the candles, if you go to the chart type and you see an Heikin Ashi, there you can change the colors of here, the chart. So, and if you want to take advantage of a trend, then make it easy and use Heikin Ashi. So look at this one. Do you remember? Do you remember the number? Look, please remind you, 18,477.61. And here, 18,329.42. And now we have the Heikin Ashi chart. So please remind yourself in the numbers. So now we change again back to the normal candles. And you see, the numbers are exactly the same. But it's not so calm. It's smooth. It's not so smooth because there is so many market noisy, because in every candle it's the open, high, low, close. Yeah, in Heikin Ashi you have 6 prices: open, high, low, close from the previous candle, and open, close from the current one. This is why you don't have a smooth price if you use Heikin Ashi, for example. But the prices of the tops and the lows are exactly the same. But it's way easier to draw and recognize the trend. That's really, really interesting. So how can you draw the trend and recognize the trend without using any indicator? By yourself. So always go back to the deepest price. Yeah, let's see, where is the deepest price? Okay, it's really going for, there is the deepest price. So let's go from the right edge of the chart. Let's go back to the deepest price. Okay, there we see the price coming from up. There is the deepest price. Okay, let's scroll a little bit in and see. And it's really, really simple if you use Heikin Ashi. Yeah. So whenever the color change with more than one candle, then you have a correction. Yeah? And this is so easy with Heikin Ashi to recognize the trend. So I draw it here now for you. If you want to draw the trend here, click on the graphic tool. Yeah, take the line. Yeah, and then we start here at the lowest point of the candle, there at 18,037.01. At that price level, the volume changed from sellers back to buyers. So where are the first 2 colors, a change of colors? So we go up. This is just only one. Yeah, this is just only one. Here we have 2. And now we go up to the top of the candle. That's the highest price. At that price, the volume turns to the other side. How you take entry on Heikin Ashi chart? Entry, yeah, let me wait a little bit. We come back to this topic. First of all, I show you how to draw the trend. So, and now if you want to, there you see the change of color. More than one candle, you need at least 2 candles with a change of color that you know the correction really starts. Yeah. So what you do right now is to take a horizontal line to the top of this, because for a trend continuation, we need 3 closing prices above the last high. Very important. At the last top, you need 3 closing prices on Heikin Ashi that you see the trend continuation. So, and the next trend continuation is really simple. You see, I show it. I show it for you. So that's the top price. There the correction starts. So, and then we have 3 closing prices above that line, about that price, which means 1 closing, 2, and 3. And that means at that moment, we have a trend continuation. And if we have that trend continuation, we are looking for the next 2 candles who change the color. And you see, it is here. And that means, okay, we have the next top of the price. Okay, for that, we can use that line again and go to next top. It's here. And now we can continue with draw the trend. So we click on that line. We go here on clone and say, okay, that's the top of the price. And we start here at the end of the correction. That was the deepest price of the correction. Yeah? So, and we can clone it again. Clone it again. And that's my correction from the top price to the lowest price. And now you see, now we have the next valid trend. So you see two candles which change the color. And now we are in the second correction. With this move, with this correction, and with the second move, we have a valid trend. Without a valid trend, there is no trend indicator. There is no trend following. There is no entry. You always need a valid trend. Yeah, that's very, very important. Okay. So, and now you can see, okay, there is the next correction. So, and now we have the horizontal line. We need 3 closing prices above that line. But you see, 1 close, 2 close. Let's make it a little bit bigger. You see, 1 close, 2, but the third close was below. We need 3 closing prices that we have a confirmation that the volume is high enough to continue the trend. If you don't have 3 closing prices, the volume was not strong enough. And you see it with the next 3 candles, the price was going down. There was a trick of the market. So where are the next 3 closing prices? Here we go. 1, 2, 3 closing prices. And now you know, okay, I have my trend continuation. So the next step, look for the next 2 candles who change the color again. So go there. Yeah, you see, there we go. There we go. There is the next correction. So that means we take that line, bring it up to the top. You see 18,214, that's the top. Yeah, and now we can clone. We can do this again. We clone that line again. Sorry. And bring it to that top again and to the low of the correction. It was here. That was the deepest price. Yeah. So clone it again and bring it from the top to that one. So you see, and now you have the next trend arm. So, and here, guys, here you have the first entry chance. This is how to use a trend for successful trading, which means when you have a correction, then you can make your entry above the first candle. This is a balanced candle, yeah, where you can make your entry. I give you just here quick hint. So there is your entry price. There is your entry. So, and you see the trend is going up. And here you can make your money. But now you can be a trend follower because the trend is continuing. Yeah, you have your stop loss below, anywhere there. And now it's going on. So we see the next 3 closing prices above the top of where the correction starts. And we are looking for the next correction. Here you go. There is the next correction. You see at the high of this one. So bring the line as a helpful tool. Bring the line to that top. And then you know, okay, we can clone this one and bring it to the top. Here we go. And to the low where the correction ends, that price is the lowest low. And you say this has nothing to do with an indicator. You have to do it. We have to do your job. You have to learn it by yourself. This is why you need a teacher, by the way. Yeah. So let's clone it and bring it to the correction. It's here and going there. And you see, now you can trail your stop loss, for example, from here to that low. If you want. So give it just another color, maybe red. Give it to red and a little bit more thick. So now your stop loss is there. Entry was here. So give it another color, maybe green, and also a little bit thick. So, and now let's continue with the trend. Let's continue. So, and of course, we need a second horizontal line, yeah, to see where is a possible break of the trend. So we clone that line and bring it to the last correction point, because at that point, a trend will break with also 3 closing prices below. So give it the red color that we see, that's the stop. Okay, so we continue, and now only 2 things can happen. A trend break on the lower side with 3 closing prices, or a trend continuation with 3 closing prices on the green line on the upper side. Yeah, you see, here we go, 1, 2, 3. And the next 2 candles who change the color. So take the line, bring the line to the next top. It's here, and then we clone our next trend arm. Yeah, so bring it here to the top and to the deepest price between the old top and the new top. And the deepest price is here. Yeah, this is a deeper price than this one. This is the deepest price. So we clone this again. And we can bring it here. That's the next trend arm. And starting here. You see, it's way easier to work with Heikin Ashi. Yeah, and now, look, you can trail your stop loss. You can trail your stop loss here to that point. Yeah, and remember, we're starting here. And this is pure trend following. So let me, here we go. Yeah, and next one. So, and of course, you see, we have the next 3 closing prices above. So it's going here, trail the horizontal line here, and now you see next trend continuation. This is how you use a trend for successful trading. Yeah, but let's continue that you can really learn it. Okay, we clone it, going to the top, and to the lowest price between the old high price and the new high price. So it's here. That's the deepest price. We continue this. And from the last high point to that price. So you see, it's the next one. And now you can trail your stop loss again. Yeah, you can trail the stop loss again, and you are deeper in profit. And the trend continues. Yeah, next 3 closing prices above. 1, 2, 3. Then look for the next 2 candles who change the color. That's just only 1, but here we have 2. 1, 2. But that was the highest price. So we take the line, the highest price again, and then we can see the next trend arm. You see, that is not possible with an indicator, because the order book, ladies and gentlemen, gives you the high and top prices and not any indicator. You cannot develop an indicator who is exactly based on the order book. I do this job for 25 years, and many people come to me. I can program that. I make an indicator. I got many indicators, not only one. made it perfectly, because the market is a living object. It is not possible. You have to do it by your own in the time frame you want to trade. So we clone this. So we clone this to the lowest price, and this is the next trend arm. And you see, you can trail a stop loss here and your horizontal line also to that price. So, and now only think about it. Only two things can happen. Either we get a continuation with 3 closing prices above here, or we have a trend break here. So let's see what happens first. 3 closing prices above or below. You see, that's the trick of the market. That's the false breakouts. You can see it perfectly with Heikin Ashi. Yeah, not 3 closing prices. Let's see, here we go. There are 3 closing prices. Yeah, now you know the correction is done and the trend continues. So the next step is look for the next 2 colors, new 2 candles who change the color. That's just only one. Yeah, it's just not, we need 2 as a confirmation that the correction is really there. Yeah, so let's see. There we go. There we have the next one. You see, that's the top. So we take the horizontal line with us to the top. You see, in the SabioTrade, it's 18,408. And of course, we can continue with the trend. Clone it, bring it to the deepest price, next trend arm, and continue. Deepest price and going up to the top. And you have the next trend arm. And you see, you can trail the stop loss now here. And of course, also the horizontal line, because we need it, as we know we need 3 closing prices for a break. And the next step, it's always the same. It's a craft, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a craft. So let's see, 3 closing prices above or 3 closing prices below. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, it was in the evening. So here we go. There were the 3 closing prices. Yeah, and change of color again. So that means we can use the line to the next top here. It's a small correction. And of course, clone it, bring it to the lowest price, top price, and going up to the highest price. Clone this and bring it to the top and to the low. So you see, and then again, you see, you can trail your stop loss far away. This is how to use the trend for successful trading, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is a perfect trend, and trends are always running 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trend arms all the time. So, and you see 1, 2, 3 closing prices above. So that means next trend arm. So we clone it again. Bring it to the top and to the lowest price. Let's clone it. Oh, I have too many of them. Actually, let's see. I have too many of them. Which one I can? Here we go. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I have to delete those. Okay. So let me delete such a little bit because we just can use only 50. Okay. Oh. Okay. So now horizontal line, the last one was here. That was a red one. So, and there we had the green one here. And there we go. There we go. Here we go. So let's see. Okay. Next 3 closing prices here, which means we can bring, where is it? To the next top. So we clone it again and bring it here to that deepest price. And here we go, is the next trend arm. You see, it's really not complicated. Bring it here from the low to the top. Low to the top. And where is it? Here we go. Now we can trail it to the next lowest point to the trend continuation. And here we go. And now you can see trailing stop is here. And now you have here 1, 2, 3 closing prices below. 3 closing prices below, and then the trend is broken. And this is the way how to use a trend for successful trading. So where was the entry? Let's go back. Where was the entry? The entry, you remember? Oh, that was here on the lowest here. Sorry, I deleted it again. So there was the entry. There was the entry. And you see with the trailing stop, look, there was the entry up to here. That was your distance. That was your profit with pure trend following. So what is your minimum risk by trade? I just work with 1:1. I have risk reward ratio of 1:1 because trend following has a profit win rate of 65. And I use this system in my trading. In the second trend, I'm in a young trend, just the first move, it has the highest probability of 67%. And that's the reason why I use just 1:1. That means if I work with the assessment or with the assessment here of 50,000 K, for example, then I use 0.2% of risk, which means that $100, and I risk $100 and my profit is $100. Because I don't need 1:2 because it's enough 1:1 because my win rate is 67. Because the probability, as you can see in the trend following, is 67%. And that means, you can use just 1:1 or you can follow the trend. This is up to you. So once you reached 1:1, for example, it's a trade management strategy to bring the stop loss on the entry price so you cannot lose money, and then just let the trend run and just follow the trend. This is one strategy. Or you use just ratio 1:1 and out, and then you wait for the next second trend on. This is what we are doing in the DAO community. How many trades do you take on single day? I just use one market in 3 minutes, 1 minute or 3 minutes. I have per day maybe 1, 2, 3 trades a day, and sometimes 5, but this is enough for me. It's enough to make my money and to master challenge around about 2 months, and then you can come to the money you take. You can make money with the SabioTrade. So you see, this is how you can use a trend for successful trading. It's always the same. learn to draw the trend, make an entry. Let's make it here again. A little bit faster right now. Yeah. So start, and then 3 closing prices. Here we go. I had 3 closing prices. Yeah. And then in the second trend arm, you use the entry and then just follow the trend. Yeah. So you can use those two systems, ratio 1 and 1, or if you reach a special 1 and 1, for example, trail the stop loss into the entry price that you cannot lose money anymore, and then just follow the trend. Yeah, this is the second strategy, how to use a trend. And the trend following strategy is really, really awesome. Yeah, so you can do it, by the way, if you want. So let's just you can use it, by the way, in every time frame. If you want, for example, to do it in 1 hourly chart, yeah, it's exactly the same. Look, it's exactly the same. Also trend. It's the trend. So let's do it here on the lower side. For example, this one. So move, correction, move, correction, and in the second trend arm there, when the correction ends, there is your entry. Yeah, so and then you just follow the price, you just follow the price. Yeah, so and then you trail your stop loss, or as I said, this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I have my stop loss and this ratio is 1 and 1. I do it in the upper side, and then I know, okay, anywhere there is my target. In, out, go away, take the money. It's a high probability in this trend following system because you don't have all the time the perfect trend, but you have the highest probability in the second trend arm after the trend is valid in the next move. The deeper you can open the trade in the correction, the closer your target is. And this is how you can make money. In every product, in every time frame, even in let's say in 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. You see, even in 5 minutes, there are always trends. The lower the time frame, the more trades you can make. The higher the time frame, the less trades you make. But the higher the time frame, the more stable is the trend. But this is how my community makes money. And this is what I teach you very soon in an education course here on SabioTrade. Yeah, because you got a message, an email with the education dashboard. If you click, for example, if you go to SabioTrade and there you have the blog and something more here on the SabioTrade, and of course we have free training. And let's see, where is the blog? There is the blog here, and you see trading basics. You learn a lot here on the homepage. Get ready. You'll really learn really many things. Okay, guys, that was my part for this session, how to use a trend for successful trading. And I hope you get something for your own, and maybe we'll see each other in the education or here in the next webinar. And I'm looking forward to see you here again. Thank you to SabioTrade, and thanks for listening again. And for the comments, thank you for that. I wish you a lovely rest of the day, or wherever you are, a beautiful rest of the week. See you in 2 weeks for the next webinar. And as always, have courage and be kind. And may the force of the logic be with you. See you next time.